Hey there friends on YouTube, it's the JTL. I'm back again, recording this video for the second time because I forgot to turn my microphone on. That's cool. I now have practiced and I have a better idea what I'm going to say. About a week or so since I last made a video, I have been working on putting together a new studio setup for myself down here, and that's all going. I've got some good lighting, I've got some good background, things are looking and feeling good down here, so let's get this thing started. Today's video, I sort of threw out a question via a video that I put up a while back asking people what they would like to see me review or talk about next, and one of the most popular responses I got was to talk about my choices for best headphones at a bunch of different price ranges. I'm going to start now sort of at the top end of what I consider to be the kind of price range that the average person might get into for a really nice set of headphones, and that's the $150 range. I've been reluctant for a long time to grab a set of these headphones because everybody on YouTube has these headphones. I'm just not a bandwagon kind of guy. So I was just really thinking like, oh, I don't want to be just like everybody else, and blah, blah, blah. I'm a little bit of a snob, okay? I'm a little bit of a snob. I apologize. But I found a pair of these on sale for about $135 and decided to jump on them and see what all the fuss was about. And I have to admit, I have to eat some crow. I have to eat my words. I have to own up to the fact that these are a very nice set of headphones. ATH-M50X, successor to the ATH-M50s, which had been sort of a staple of both audio engineers and studios, as well as the everyday consumer for quite a while. Audio-Technica makes great stuff. I've had Audio-Technica microphones over the years, and the ATH-M50X is no different than a lot of their other products. So let's go through a few things. We're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad, we're going to talk about the sound, and then we're going to wrap it all up in a tiny little bow, just so everybody's excited. Let's start with the good. It'll be nice just to get that good feeling stuff out of the way. For one thing, number one, these things are solid, well made, good materials, nice, not 100% leather, but nice leather or pleather or bonded leather or whatever it is. It's very soft. Very well put together in comparison to other headphones that I've tried. And the ear pads are very, very cushiony. This is not a memory foam. It's still just a regular old foamy foam, but I really like it. It feels very nice to put them on the head. Very cushiony, very pillowy. It's got a nice aluminum accent here, brushed aluminum right in here. That's really that and the right left buttons on the back and front of the sides here are the only indications of any kind of styling. There's aluminum, brushed aluminum on the adjustments. The adjustments are nicely detented so that you can find your adjustment easily. I'll get into a little bit more about the adjustments in a little while. So they're very nice, they're very durable. I've been using these as sort of my daily drivers to and from work, at the office, back home again for the past several months, and I have to say, they look like the day I took them out of the box. So they've been thrown around, they've been put in I've thrown them in the back seat of my car, they've ended up on the floor, they've been all over the place. They have held up incredibly well, so they're very durable, they're made of very nice materials. The fit is snug, and that's good. It does a nice job when I'm riding the bus in the morning of keeping some of the sound out. They're not noise canceling, they're noise isolating in a passive way, so that's good. The ear cups fit my big ears and don't feel like they're pressing down, and they keep the actual headphone off of my ear, so there's no pressure there. That's good. And it comes with 3 different cables that are all detachable. You can see right here that you plug right in. The first cable that I'll get tangled up in my mic cable is the 9-foot coiled cable, and then you just stick it in this way, quick little turn, pull it back out. So yeah, this is a 9-foot coil cable. I like to use it here in the studio. Keeps it doesn't get underneath the wheels of my chair when I'm moving around doing different things, so that's good. The second cable is this sort of 2.5-foot straight cable that's for travel. And again, just in, out. This is a 2.5 millimeter plug, and it's a proprietary jack here with this little turning mechanism. So you can get replacements for these obviously from Audio-Technica. You can also probably find replacements on Amazon for slightly less money. But the thing I like about these Audio-Technica cables is they're thick, they're sturdy, they're durable. They've got gold-plated terminus. You're never going to hear gold, people. You're never going to hear gold. And that's what I had to say about that. Never going to hear gold. There's also a straight 9-foot cable that I don't have. I think I might have it at my office right now. So there are 3 cables that come with. It also comes with, you know, a little purse that, as you can see, I never even, well, now I've taken it out of the plastic. Here's the purse. It's got Audio-Technica embossed in it. I don't use those things. I throw them in my backpack. I throw them in my back seat. I throw them in the, you know, the passenger seat of my car. I don't need a headphone purse. These are usually, I think most of the time you see them for $160, $170. You can get them all day long on the internet for $150 or less. Let's go over some of the things that I don't think are awesome. Oh, I do want to say too that they fold up like so, and they pop back out. And unlike some headphones, they don't just collapse into this at like the slightest little movement, and then they stay in there until you want them out. So that's nice. Again, well made. They're a good quality headphone. One thing I will say, and you might have just noticed, is that the size adjustment is a little too loose for my taste. I like to get it adjusted at like 2 clicks and put it on, but I've noticed that if I take them off and put them down like this, almost every time that I put them back on, they've lost their sizing. And it's not a big deal. It's not a huge problem, but it could just be a little tighter. There's also a lot of travel here beyond what my big head needs. And I was kind of wondering, why would they have that much? Because nobody has a head this big. I think the reason, look at this. I mean, they're not even touching my head. I think the reason is, so they lay flat, right? You put them on, they swivel, they lay flat. And I think having all of this extra travel is the reason that they have, that's the reason they have all that extra travel, so that they don't have to choke you. Look, right here, but if you take them all the way out, it's good. What else don't I like? When I first got them, the clamp on my head felt a little too tight. They have loosened up over time and feel great now, but they haven't gotten too loose, so that's good. The travel cable, this 2.5 millimeter or 2.5 foot deal, it's a great size for travel. Now, it doesn't have a microphone anywhere, and that doesn't bother me at all. I don't necessarily need a set of headphones like this to have a microphone. But I will say this, if I take this to work with me, and I'm going to use these during the day while I'm at work, this short cable is too short. So I have to either be aware of that all the time and almost jerk my laptop off of my desk, or I have to have another cable at my office or in my backpack that I can then switch, and yeah, it's a little fiddly for my taste. That's really all the negative that I have to say about this. They aren't fancy, they're just well made and feeling good. So let's talk about the sound. I didn't know exactly what to expect. I mean, I've used some studio reference headphones that sounded really great but weren't all that fun to listen to. I've used consumer grade headphones that sounded really great, but there's no way that I could use them in a studio setting for any kind of critical listening. And I will say that this is the first set of headphones that I've had that really straddles that line almost perfectly. Straddles that line almost perfectly. I can make some choices in the studio. I can really listen critically and enjoy wearing these headphones when I'm really paying attention to the music. But I can also just throw them on and go out and travel and do my commute or whatever, walk the dog, and they sound great. There's no holes in this sound of these headphones. There's no place where I feel like the middle drops out or the bass gets too thumpy or any of that kind of thing, or the highs are too shrill. They're very well balanced. And the thing is, they're kind of a jack of all trades. There are really, to me, 3 use cases that the average headphone consumer is trying to hit. One of those is that sort of somewhat critical listening, sitting at home and enjoying the headphones kind of situation. The next is the travel situation. We have that covered. And then the next is, maybe in the office, workplace environment where you want to have something that you can listen to your music or whatever you're listening to and not bother the other people around you. And these do all those 3 things extremely well. Added bonus, you can bring them into a studio environment. You can listen to them and track or do some light mixing just to get some reference stuff going, and they don't fatigue your head, they don't fatigue your ears, so on that level they are great. And finally, I mean, at $150 to get a pair of headphones that does all that, I mean, it's a fantastic deal. Because you might get a set of $150 headphones that sound great, for one thing or another thing, but it's extremely difficult to find a pair of headphones that sound great in several different areas. To sum up, for $150, you're not going to get a better set of headphones than these guys. For $150, you're not going to get a better set of headphones than these guys. You're not going to get a more versatile set of headphones. You're not going to get a set of headphones that's made as well with as good of materials as these guys. I don't really know what else to say. As much as I didn't want to like them, as much as I didn't want to be a fanboy like everybody else on YouTube, I have to give it up to Audio-Technica. They make a great set of headphones in the M50X, and kudos to them. So, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, if you like this video or any of that kind of thing, please interact with the lower portion of this page down in this area. Please give me a subscribe so that I know that you're interested in seeing more of this kind of material. Please, please just do whatever you want to do. But, like, subscribe if you thought this was a good video. Otherwise, I appreciate you all being here. Thanks very much. And until the next time, this is JTL, and I'm out.